Hey guys, it's Nate here. I've got a small video I'm going to do tonight. I've been meaning to get out here and do another one. It's just been so cold that where I'm at in Texas right now that I can't do any painting or anything. I'm kind of getting to that stage. So I'll probably do this little Bondo video here, and then maybe tomorrow or the next day I'm going to try to do some sewing. I've got to remake those little pouches that go on the belt out of some canvas, or I actually bought some Cordura nylon fabric that I might use. I don't know though. I'll figure that out when I get there. Excuse me. So I'm going to do a little bondoing on this chest piece just because I want it to be a little more solid. And I don't know if I mentioned this to y'all on the last video or on the wood filler video, but I had somebody comment about it, and I was just going to make a point to tell you that I don't recommend using the wood filler as like to give it strength. It's not going to give it a whole lot of strength. That stuff gets super hard, but it's still pretty brittle. But that's why whenever I'm using it just to fill the low spots, and I'm sanding it down the rest of the way. So it's not actually going to be, giving this a whole bunch of strength or anything. It's just to fill in those gaps. But once you put your filler primer on top of it, and then you do your paint on top of it, and you do your clear coat, which I'm going to try to do at least 4 or 5 clear coats on this because I want it to be super, super shiny. And I'm going to wet sand it too after I do 3 or 4 coats. But, I haven't had a problem with the filler primer on helmets. I've used on my Sand Trooper, or my Shore Trooper helmet, I used pretty much all wood filler to fill in all the little divots and the print lines and all that good stuff. And I've beat the heck out of that thing, and it's fine. But I don't recommend it for like armor pieces that are going to bend a whole lot and you're going to actually put on your body, your moving body. If you got it on in your head, you move it around, but you're not going to be. I don't throw my helmet around that I've spent all the time messing with. So I just want to point that out. Like, I don't recommend it for covering your piece of armor, and to smooth out. I don't recommend it for that. But for filling in little spots and stuff, it's awesome. And like those crevices that I had from that epoxy not setting up correctly because of the bad mix, I do recommend it for that. It works great. And it's easy to sand and it's super easy to work with. But anyways, I'm going to mix up some Bondo and we're going to do these lines here because I want this to be really smooth right here on the chest, and it's going to be, it's going to take some beating, so I want it to be solid. So I'm going to use the old Bondo on that, even though I really don't like the old Bondo all that much. It just stinks and it's just a pain. So I'm going to put my mask on real quick. So you might not be able to hear me that great. And my heater is going to be kicking on quite a bit because it's like 20 degrees or below 20 degrees here. So that baby's going to be running all the time. I'm using a piece of melamine. It's just, you can get it, it's like plywood that you can get from like Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm not sure, the Lowe's here doesn't carry this thick of a piece. They have the real thin pieces, but this stuff works pretty good for mixing your Bondo on top. Other than using sometimes I use like a piece of metal, like sheet metal or something, but. Let me move this down a little bit so you can see a little better. Okay. Now on the amount that I'm doing right now, I mean, it's a pretty small amount. I'll probably just use like a dime size piece, a dime size amount of this hardener. It's like just a dab in there. This hardener goes a long way. I mean, I think I got it mixed good enough now. Alright. So let's see here. I want to get this spot right here. See if you can see that. I'm just running it across like that. So that's pretty good right there. Get the other side. Trying to show you all this, but it's kind of hard to get that angle there. A high spot right there where the seam is. There's a high spot, so I'm trying to cover that as good as I can. There we go. That's why I hate using this stuff. It's so, I'm not very good at it really, but you know. All right. So now I'm going to get this middle section here, right where that seam is there and right there. I'm just going to get me a spot there. I don't want to get it down in that groove all that much. And if I do, I'm just going to come back and get it out of there. Dang it. Like I just said, I don't want to get down in that groove. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my smaller scraper here. That way I can get it straight on there. Alright, that's working a lot better. That is nice. So I think that's going to work for the sides. I might clean this up a little bit. Right there. I think that's going to do it. It's not perfect, but once I sand it down, it'll be good. Okay guys, I let it sit for just a couple of minutes, and it's about to the point where I was talking about how you can carve it. Let me take my little tool. What do I do with my little tool? There it is. So, like in that groove where I got a little bit of it in there, all you can do is just take it and it just carves right out of there. See how it's kind of like it's like a hardening clay right now. So, like if I wanted to, I could come in and carve a little design in there or something, but I definitely don't want to do that on this because I want it to be smooth. Anyways, that's a little short video of how I do Bondo. I mean, it might not be the right way, it might not be the way that you do it, but it seemed to work out for me in the past, and just in case anybody's never used Bondo before, hopefully it'll get you going in the right direction. But I appreciate it, guys. I know I said it last time, but I appreciate you guys subscribing and hitting the like button and stuff. And I'm going to try to keep the videos coming. I've got a lot more to do, really a lot of painting, but I just can't do it right now because it's so cold. So stay tuned, guys. More to come. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.